Alright everyone, today we are back. Now it is a later video, it should have been Wednesday, but I've been busy Wednesday. I was at college. Thursday I was at college, normally I have Thursdays off. I have every other Wednesday off, but this one I was in. So it's out on a Friday today, hopefully 11am. Yeah, it should be out today. Today we're going to be talking about toxic best friends. Sorry, you can't even see my hands. I've moved the camera, like, just when I'm on the... Let me try and get in the middle. Okay, there. Toxic best friends. Now this would be taking us back to secondary school. And I have got a little list here, but this time I won't be showing because on one of my videos you could see some of the notes which I was told. Now, toxic best friends. It's not always the ones that you argue with all the time. It's not always the ones that you would argue and then get back being friends with. But it could be the ones that shit talk behind your back. Are just toxic in general. Leave the friend group the first chance they get and then come back. We'll get into it, I don't want to spoil it too much. But if we rewind, year 8, we're going to start from the start. Year 8, I met this girl, I'm not going to say the name. I met this girl, let's call her... Anyone that went to school, anyone that went to school with me will know who it is. But let's call her Emma. Emma is a perfect name, so no one in my school was called Emma. Okay, so Emma. I met Emma in year 8. We were in the same form until year 10. And then she came back into my form in year 11 because we swapped for a bit. So, we were in the form together and we sat next to each other. And I can't remember how we became friends. So, I used to get dropped off at school and she used to live down the road where I got dropped off. So, we'd like meet up, walk down and go to school. Let me move back a little bit. Yeah. So, we're talking, we're walking down, we become really good friends. Best friends, probably, in year 8. Year 9 comes over, same form, sit next to each other, best friends again. I become friends with her friends, who are Grace and Jess. And we're like a little friendship group. 4 people, we do things, it's fine. Year 8, 9, perfect. And now, I usually miss things, so I'm going to try not to go too fast into the gossip of things. But, yeah, so we're all friends, I'm in form, and then she says some things like, so we're walking down, and she'll tell me everything, that's what kind of friendship we had in year 9. And she'll say things like, well, we're talking about Grace and Jess, and she called them school friends only, so she doesn't see them as friends outside of school, is what she said. Now, I was put in an awkward position, I was like, well, do I tell them, don't I? Because I was in year 8 and year 9, I was closer with, I nearly said her name then, Emma. But in year 10 I got close with Grace and Jess a lot more. So I was in an awkward position, so I didn't tell them. I was like, oh, well, okay, But we all went out anyway, every now and again. She would constantly say little things like that. And then I had an argument in year 9 where Emma slapped Grace across the face. Oh, I can't remember why, we'll have to get Grace on to confirm the details. I wasn't there. So they became not friends. Now, Emma... I keep nearly saying the name, it's going to come out. Emma, I can't remember the full story because I wasn't there. They were not talking for ages, and I remember I had to spend time with Emma while Jess and Grace were spending time in geography. It was year 9, it was in year 9. So, they were split off. So I was with Emma, Sophie and Jess. Now, Jess would come over, and I would go over to Grace. So we'd have to swap, like, we'd have to work around her. Anyway, she cried to her mum or her nan, because her nan worked at the school, and then she got, like, she was playing the victim, even though she was the one that slapped Grace. Anyway, they became friends. Now, I think that's probably where it started, going downhill. Year 10 comes over, and she meets this boy. Now, he started messaging her, and she was like, I'm not going to get with him, I'm just going to speak to him for fun. That's what she said. And then she got with him. But it's fine, it's fine. Now, this boy comes over, and he starts hanging around with us. They get together, obviously. And he starts hanging around with us at lunch, at break, which we didn't, you can't really say anything, but we don't really want him there. But we were nice. It was a bit weird. It was a bit... Yeah. Now, I'm just looking down at my notes. So he will come over, and then gradually you'll notice they'll come over at the start of break and lunch and just slowly, like, walk away from the group, ever so slightly. And then after about middle of year 10, they won't even come to us anymore. But Emma expected us to still be friends, like really good friends with her, but we weren't. Like, if you don't spend time with your friends, you're gonna, grow distant. So me, Grace and Jess, we were getting really close because we spent every day with each other. We were in geography together, we were really close. And Emma and this boy, Emma and, I don't know, David, were over there, kissing, eating each other. I swear to God, they would eat each other's faces off at lunch. It was disgusting. So they would like grab each other and just eat each other. Ugh. In the middle of the playground, it was gross. Now, everyone said it was gross. It wasn't just us, so it's not like we were being toxic or jealous. Now, so we've established that she left us. She was leaving us, but she expected us to still be really close to her, and we were like, we can't be. So year 10 was, a bit rocky. Year 11 comes. Now, year 11 is when the friendship groups falls apart with Emma. So she stays with her boyfriend all the time, doesn't spend time with us. And in English, me and Jess, so I was here, and Jess was, wait, if I turn sideways, behind me. So she was back row, I was middle row. And we would turn around every lesson, have a chat with a few other people. And it came out that Emma was, I think she did something to her boyfriend in IT. I didn't do IT. But she groped him or something like that, or she did something. I can't remember what it was. I'm sure it was groping or, down there in the middle of IT. Now we were just talking about it. And me and Jess were like, oh, what do we do? Do we ask her or do we just leave it? Because you don't know if it's a rumour or not. So, anyway, the next day, break rolls around. We hadn't seen her all day. She was with her boyfriend in the morning. Break rolls around. She comes storming at us. And we were like, oh, shit. She's going to say something. And we didn't even have time to speak to her. In all fairness, but I wasn't going to say anything anyway. It's a rumour to me, I went there, but if you're coming over to us, it kind of makes it sound like, you did something. But, who knows. And she comes over to us and started having a go at Jess. And she was like, Jess, why didn't you tell me what was going on? It's obviously not true. Do you really think I'd do that? And when she said that, me and Jess looked at each other and we had to stop ourselves from smiling because it's something she would do. Now, we'll get into that. But it's something she would do. And she was having a go at Jess. So we were like, whoa, it's break time. We haven't even seen you all day, so how are we meant to tell you this? It's not something you say over message. Did you grope your boyfriend in IT? That's not something you ask, is it? Calm down a little bit, and we can talk about it. Anyway, so we were talking, and she said, well, I didn't do it. And then she walked off anyway to her boyfriend. And then those two went over to the two people that originally told us. I don't know what they said over there. But we were friends with those two people, but they didn't tell us what she said, I don't think. Maybe they did. Can't remember. Jess will have to let me know. She'll probably tell me in the comments, to be honest. She always does. Anyway, so they walked off. They were in their little group, and we had a little chat about what was going on. We started laughing because we're starting to really not like them. They're so bitchy and so shit talk everyone. Now Emma, she used to shit talk everyone in our year. Everyone, I tell you. So she had no friends. No one liked her. She used to shit talk everyone, and not even gossip about them, which we did. Shit talk, and even with them close by. Now, that's one thing to tick on. Let me have a pen. I did drop it on the floor. Now let me tick that off. Tick that off. Tick that off. Now, when she came up to us, one of the times, she was telling us about some things that she did with her boyfriend. If you can tell what kind of things. But I won't go into details because it's their private life, but some things, and she was going into detail about it all. Now, on the field at lunch, they used to lie on top of each other. That was Emma, that was, what name did I give him? David. Lie on top of each other like that, on the field, in front of everyone. Now, you would see dirty looks. They were there, and then we used to sit, further up from them. We didn't go by them. And you used to see the dirty looks as people would walk past. Anyway, so they were very, Now, there was a rumour went round that they did some things in a bush at school one time. So that was a rumour that went around. Now, I don't know who made that rumour, I just remember being told it. Now, they were very sexual at school, especially not at school. We got told everything. Best believe we got told everything. And then it comes to geography. Now, we love geography. We had a lovely teacher, Miss Holland. She was amazing. She was definitely our favourite teacher. So we used to go to intervention, one to just see her, and two because it was, geography. It was an alright lesson. And she used to come as well. Now, she would come, but purposely be awkward, like sit there quietly, not speak to us, but just be silent. Now we were like, oh, do we like speak to her? Like, does she not want to speak to us? She used to sit on our table, so we didn't really know what to do. Now, I know I missed out lots of details. I can't remember all the facts. It was like nearly a year ago. It probably was a year ago. We used to go now, yeah. So one time I didn't go. I was in a food tech exam, and it was our last intervention, I think. So I didn't go, and they all went. And apparently Emma sat down first, and Grace and Jess came in and sat in front of her. And then Emma walked out immediately, like she didn't stay. So, but we weren't friends at that time. Oh my god, okay, as well. Sorry, I could still do a little monitor, it won't really read then. Sorry if that was too loud. Right, so we used to walk on the field, back, and if Emma was with us, she used to walk behind us, so we would leave a gap to try and make her feel included. She would walk behind us, acting like we didn't leave any room for her to join in, like, the little line. And when we were walking to one of the last days, me and Jess and her were there. So me and Jess were walking, we moved over, and she would purposely walk behind to make it look awkward and make like she was being left out. There was a huge gap we left for her. So eventually we just filled the gap. We were like, we're not waiting for you if you're just going to walk behind. And we saw her. She used to look at her boyfriend and put her arms up like this, acting as if we didn't care or didn't let her in. Girl, there's a huge gap. You can fit. Get a grip. So she would do that. And then one lunch, we were in intervention. No, it wasn't intervention. We were speaking to Miss Holland after a lesson. So we spoke to her. Oops. Sorry about the sirens. And when we went to the dinner hall, Grace and Jess used to eat. I didn't used to eat at school. And then we went out, and then we sat down, and we saw, sorry, I'm being nosy. And we saw her come out with a boyfriend. And she went she was walking over to us, and she turned around to her boyfriend and went like that. Then she looked back at us, and then looked back again. Either come and sit down with us or stay with him. He was playing football. He doesn't want you. And if you don't want us, go somewhere else. You can't just pick us up and put us down when you want us. That's the problem. So we didn't want to be friends with her anymore. So we did drop her towards the end of year 11. We had enough of her. And she stayed with her boyfriend all the time. Which was deserved. Now I'm missing out major details because some of them aren't appropriate for YouTube. But she was very pick-me. All the damn time. Making out to be the victim. When she would leave us all the time. So after the argument, Jess had to sit next to her in geography. It was silent. You could hear crickets. Now me and Grace, we were probably the loudest in the class, I want to say, because we would just laugh, we laugh quite loud. So we would listen, because we got quite good grades in geography as well. I got a 7, Jess got an 8. I don't know. And I don't know what Grace got. I think she got a 5 or 6. I think she got a 6. Yeah, so we did quite well in geography anyway. But yeah, we used to laugh as well. So it was silent over that side of the room, loud over that side of the room, and you could just sense the tension over there. They're sat right next to each other. Well, I've ticked that off. Ticked that off. Now another story as well is when me and Jess were walking down, we waited for her because this was before we dropped her. And we didn't want to make her feel left out, although she tried to make us leave her out. And my mum used to park at the top. She told me, as Emma was walking down, she poked her head around the side. There was a house, and she poked her head around the side of the wall to see if we were waiting there, and looked back at her stepmom, and was like that, or just looked at her, I don't know. And then she slowly walked to us. I couldn't tell you what that means. But that's what my mum told me. My mum's the biggest gossiper. She's more of a shit talker than me. But we don't There's a difference, I think, between shit talkers. There's gossiping about what's happened, giving your thoughts, and then being horrible about the person, being purposely mean. She was on that, I can't remember which one. Being mean, she was on that side of the scale. Gossiping, we were on that side of the scale. Because we had friends at the end of year 11, she had none. Because she used to shit talk everyone. No one liked her. But because we used to just gossip about people, but not say it to the face and not be horrible, we were friends with nearly most of the year. You have the people that are, I can't say that word. Twats on. That's the better version. Twats on that side that we never spoke to. Most of the year they were nice, so we got on with a lot of people. She had no one. Wait, how long's the video? 15 minutes. Oh, okay, that's a perfect amount of video. I'm just trying not to miss out any details because Jess will come for me if I do. I've talked about that. I've talked about all the rumours. I think that's everything. Yeah, I think that's everything. All in all, she was so toxic. She's the oh my god, okay. One more thing before I end the video. Her boyfriend, as they were walking back, Jess used to walk home, they used to turn around and laugh at Jess. Or in her direction anyway. That's all we got because we never asked. And then carry on walking. And why are you laughing at one of your own friends? Like, and why are you letting your boyfriend laugh at one of your own friends? Doesn't make sense. Now we're friends since primary school, Grace and so Emma. Grace and Emma were friends since primary school. So why are you letting your boyfriend laugh at one of your friends? And then her boyfriend used to shit talk Grace with his friend on the way back. So Grace's sister, Ollie I think it was, or Georgia, I can't remember which one, was walking back, and they were in front, and he used to shit talk her, was saying things about her, as her sister was behind him. So she went to tell Grace, but then he was nice to her. Like, it was so two-faced. It was weird. So they went to a party. I was invited, but I said no, because I didn't like him. They were, like, kind of in the middle of liking, kind of not. So it was nice to them at the party, but then he would shit-talk behind their back. Why are you letting your boyfriend shit-talk about your own friends? Like, come on. Be for real. So that's the boyfriend. I hated the boyfriend. He was such a knob. We've talked about the boyfriend. We've talked about the rumours. We've talked about her trying to make her awkward. Oh my god, okay, so when I dated a girl in year 8, 9 maybe, before I knew I was gay, before it came out, I think I knew I was gay in like year 10, like start of year 10. So in year 9 I dated this girl called Grace, and we're still friends now, not Grace that, you know, it was a different one. Emma, I've said the name twice now, Emma would be like shit talking her, and there was arguments between them because Grace thought Emma liked me and Emma didn't like Grace. There was just a conflict between them, and so I was put in the middle, and then so no one liked Emma after that because Grace was in the whole big, like, massive friendship group. I was friends with nearly all of them in that group as well. So there was a big conflict between them, so I was put in the middle. So then obviously we didn't work out, me and Grace, obviously, but we were still really good friends. We were best friends in year 9 when we were together. It was more like a best. Do you know what? I'll talk about that in a different video. Yeah, that'll be a good video because it's a learning. It was a learning curve, a canon event. So yeah, so we were best friends in year 9. Year 10, I think we broke up at the end of year 9. After the 6 weeks, year 10, I knew I was gay. I didn't come out until year 11. I told Grace at the start of year 11, Jess about a month after, my mum in January, and then it just carried on. And then I told Emma. Well, I didn't tell Emma because I didn't want the whole school to know, basically. But yeah, she was just, to conclude, because I've been a bit all over the place because things just keep coming back. She's toxic. She would pick me. She was. Now, I don't know what words I can use on YouTube in case I get, like, I don't know what happens. Can you get shadow banned on YouTube? I don't know. Whore. She was a whore. Toxic. I don't know if I already said that. Purpose making herself awkward, which I suppose could come under pick me. Shit talking. And just a mean, like, horrible person. Like, you don't want to be friends with her. She was just. Ugh. Even the name. Ugh. I don't think I have any screenshots of any messages. Okay, sorry, things keep coming back. One more, which made me not want to be friends with her anymore. Someone overheard her in, I think it must have been maths or English. Something like, she said something like, who would want to be gay, or those gay people. No, I think it was who would want to be gay, something like that, or yeah, something not homophobic but borderline. You know what you're trying to say, kind of thing. So I wasn't out at that point. Grace is bi, so she took that badly. Now, if I was out, I would have had to go at her, but I didn't want to make a scene because then everyone would have known, you know. So I was like, you know, I was trying not to be angry, but I was like, what? Like, no, she knew. She knew I was gay actually at that point. Yes, she did. The people that told me didn't, but she did. So she said that while she knew I was gay, while she knew Grace was bi. Who would want to be gay, or those gay people, something like that. I can't remember the exact words, but it was something borderline homophobic. So after that, I was like, I'm done. Like, I wanted to try and be friends with her because I was friends with her since year 8. Grace and Jess were done. So at that point, no. Like, who do you think you are? You're a whore. You're homophobic. You shit talk people. You pick me. You're purposely toxic and awkward to try and make yourself out to be the victim. She's a victimizer. She's just a knob, basically. But that concludes the video, and a boyfriend is a whole other bloody thing. Don't get me started on him. There's not a lot to say about him because I never spoke to him because I didn't like him. But oh god, I hated him. Thanks for waiting for the video anyway. I know it's like 2 days late, but next week it should be out on a Wednesday. I'm off next week, Wednesday, Thursday. No, it'll be next Wednesday. I think it might be a video with Grace. We haven't confirmed yet, but I think it is. It'll be maybe I'll try not to laugh. I'm trying to convince her to talk about her exes because it is just as good as mine. It's just as juicy as mine, but she hasn't quite been convinced yet. So it might be a try not to laugh. It might be a bacon video because I did say we were gonna bake. I don't know. Anyway, stay tuned for that. Hopefully it's her exes. If not, it'll be try not to laugh or bacon. That's everything off my checklist anyway. And yeah, thanks for watching, everyone. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you do need any more, if you remember any more Jess or Grace, let me know. If there's enough for another video, I'll make another one because I don't like her. And to be honest, if she messages me, which I don't think she will, if she does, I'll name drop her. I don't care. She's a vile little animal. Anyway, hope you have a wonderful day, everyone, and I'll see you next week.